Hey, Shalom Akim, Yabashima Shabraktam, Zbrodom Nasho DC Camp. Let's go another lesson just to share with your brothers. Because, we've seen the elites of this world having a nice time, uh, enjoying the riches they Yabashima Shai put into their lap. So, we as men of the Lord should not be envious of such great glory bestowed upon them. Because our glory is in Yabashima Shai. The glory of these nations is in their wealth. The gold, the silver, physical infrastructure, the status they got in society. That's basically all they live for. They do not look forward to the meaning of righteousness that Yahweh Shai is bringing forth to the earth. I'm just gonna go ahead and play the video and I read some scriptures over it. So you could basically see, the procession, the fanfare, all this they get from Jake. It's just a portion of our history in the past, but it's nothing compared to what Yabashim Shah has set forward for us in the future, in righteousness, and spiritually, spiritually speaking. Yep.
Sound foundation for our relations.
Yep, so I'm just going to pause it right there, but actually let me just play it to the end.
These citizens have a legitimate expectation of decent and stable living conditions for themselves and for their families. I therefore urge our two governments to continue working to ensure that the agreement on the UK withdrawal from the EU provides sufficient assurance.
Yep. So that's about it, Akim. That's where the Messiah set it up for, these elites to be ruling, And then there's another video I could put up to, actually still the same. I'm just going to go to the next tab. Yeah, he talks about, partnership, alliances, differences. But all that is just, for, so vanity. So I'll start with this precept here. That's Isaiah chapter 51, verse 14. It says, "The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, that he should not die in the pit, nor that his breath should fail." So, as men of the Lord, they're always praying, sighing, and crying that they get delivered from the hands of our oppressors, these Edomites, who are the sword, or which is the sword of Messiah Bashim Shai. So their job is just to make life bearable, for the nation of Israel, as well as the other heathen, So this is the same folks that will be going into the bunkers when all hell breaks loose. They get first priority when it comes to emergency rescue and all that stuff. They're the cream of the crop in this world right now. But in the world to come, it's going to be the elect, the nation of Israel that gets delivered after World War III. So it's another precept I would also like to read. It's alright, so let's see. Let me get to Isaiah chapter 49. Yeah, just bear with me, I can. So this is Isaiah 49:22. "Thus said the Lord Yahweh Shai, I will lift up my hand to the Gentiles and set up my standard to the people, and they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and their daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I, the Lord Yahweh Shai, that I am the Lord Yahweh Shai. For they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. So it's a beautiful thing to understand how the Most High set it up. So, the men of the Lord are not envious of ill-gotten gains or the vanity of this world. So whatever little the Most High gives to us, you just gotta, use it, to make other ends meet. So it's an honor to have this knowledge and to understand that the scriptures is 100% on point. Yeah. So I get another precept here. Actually, let me go all the way to 25. So 24 says, shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captive delivered? So right now we are the prey in the hands of this elite. Scripture talks about them living, deliciously, with Babylon, America, So right now we're still in captivity, all that sovereignty, the sovereignty in that you have rights, you don't really have rights. Rights could be taken away in this kingdom. It's just a byword. There's no such thing as a constitutional rights or or you're a sovereign citizen. It's just some BS philosophy that folks always lash on to. But at the end of the day, we know spiritually we're sovereign from this society, because the Israelites, the Most High has already told us we should not hope in a kingdom that cannot deliver us. It's all in vain. This is not our rest. And verse 25 says, but thus said the Lord Yahweh Shai, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. So that's talking about us being delivered, from the hands of our oppressors. For I will contend with him that contended with thee, and I will save thy children. So the Most High is going to fight against these folks, man. When the Lord Yahshua appears in the heavens with his chariots and his angel, the seventh trump, it's going to be a beautiful thing, man, to see the deliverance of the elect from the four corners of the earth. Yep, a lot of folks hate it, but that's just the cold truth. And then there's another precept I also like to bring up. Let's see, Isaiah 24. 20 to 22. So it says, the earth shall rule to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. It shall come to pass, in that day that Lord Yahweh Shai shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. So it's a bitter pill to swallow for these elites, that know that their rulership is coming to an end. They see the writings on the wall, they see the chariots of the angels in the sky. They have the telescopes all over the face of the earth, the satellites, looking into the heavens. They understand that the nation of Israel is waking up, the elect of the nation of Israel is waking up. So they will do their best, to stir up, the destruction of the nation of Israel at any cost. It be false flags, collapse of the economy, persecution, the mark of the beast. So all this is just a ploy to prevent Yahushua from redeeming the elect. So that's a trick they always want to play against, against the men of the Lord. So it's a beautiful thing that, to understand this precept, to keep this knowledge. It's not for everybody. It's only for a select few. So a lot of folks will hear it but will not understand it. Only the wise shall understand. So just one more precept, because they know, man, these elites or these super rich already know that they're going down. They're just pissed off. They send their agents just to mess around with you. But that's just the focus of the matter, man. The Edomites with Israelites, we're getting delivered, they're getting destroyed. So they just got to accept their judgment from Yahweh Shai. So this is Revelation 16. I'll go to verse 14. Actually, let me read verse 10. Verse 9 is wonderful. So, and when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of Yahweh Shai, and for the testimony which they held. So brothers are going to catch hell for those that passed away a while ago for doing the work of Yahweh Shai. We'll be resting, and then complain to the Lord Yahweh Shai for all the unjust acts they've endured. And the brothers that get martyred too, in the time to come, they're going to have their own say before the Lord Yahweh Shai. And verse 10 says, and they cry with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? So, that's a question that the Most High has the answer to. That's why it's sending Yahushai. If you read Isaiah 63, treading the grapes, coming to Basra, his dark garments all red and dyed. Verse 11 says, and white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servants and their brethren should be killed as they were, should be fulfilled. So that's a given. Brothers shouldn't be scared to lose their life for striving to do the work of Yahweh Shai. It's a great honor, it's a great calling, to accept the the consequences of striving for the Lord. And then verse 12 says, and I beheld, he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. So that's destruction that's coming. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. So that's the bombs, the missiles, the nuclear warheads dropping, across the face of the earth, America, Europe, Asia, Africa, whatever, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. So it's going to be terrible, man. See, now folks are happy, having a nice time, but they don't understand that, the destruction is coming speedily. And this is verse 15. It says, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. Alright, so all those folks you see during the procession, they're going to be hiding too. Yep. In their halls, halls of Congress, Pentagon, the elites of this world, Arabs, Asians, Hamites, Japhets, Moabites, Ammonites, you know. And verse 16 also now says, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. So, hey, Yahushua is going to get busy in those days, man. All this power that NATO, brags about, the display to, show of force. It's not going to deter the Lord Yahushua from claiming what is his rightful rulership, his rightful place. So that's exactly what he's coming to do. Verse 17, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? So no one, man, no one. It's a waste of time, man. Holding these Edomites in high regard. They understand that the kingdom is finished. All they got left is just to start World War III. Because that's as far as, Yahweh Shemashah has given them. It's given them that appointed time to reach the top, and then that's it. So it's going to be a downward spiral for the elites of these Edomites, man. They're going to be captives in the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, thus said the Lord Yahweh Shemashah. With that, all praises to Yahweh Shemashah. Sincere double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the hopeful elect, being diligent, stay faithful. Shalom.